Hello and welcome everybody to the Edmonds Racing Preview Show. It's Friday the 3rd of July. I'm joined today by Toby, just Toby today. Trent is a late scratching, had all kinds of technical difficulties at home. I think sounds like the roof's blown off this place, Toby. I'm not sure, but plenty going on with Trenty. So it's just you and me to run through the runners for the weekend, mate.
That's fine. We'll run through them pretty quickly. Give it as accurate as a count as we can, and hopefully we can find a winner for the guys, for the punters and the owners. How's that?
Sounds good to me, mate. Yeah, absolutely. Just touching on each runner ahead of their races over the weekend. Of course, we've got Saturday Eagle Farm and the Gold Coast, and Sunday we head to the sunny coast with a number of acceptances there. But mate, first let's wrap up and put a nice full stop on the end of the Sportsbet charity competition. A big shout out to Clint Shipsey and the whole team at Sportsbet. Obviously, the charity betting competition finished last week, and in the end, mate, between you and Trent with your tipping, you raised $2,390. Trent for MND Australia and yourself for Bravehearts, mate, and then a mystery Edmonds Racing owner and Sportsbet customer. Huge contribution here, Toby. $15,000, $6,000 to MND Australia, $6,000 to Bravehearts, $2,000 to Beyond Blue, $1,000 to Destiny Rescue. I don't know who the person is. You might, but that's a massive contribution and a big thank you to them.
No, I don't know them, but look, that's an amazing gesture. Very kind. These charities are always well received, and they deserve every cent of donation they can get, and I'm sure they'll put it to good use. And I thank whoever that customer is, and Trent and I are very, very thankful and grateful that's happened. And even though our amount never got to where we'd like it to get to, hopefully next year we can do it again and let it flow on throughout the year, and we can raise a decent amount of money for both those charities.
Yeah, no, absolutely, mate. Listen, it's been a lot of fun, and obviously a really meaningful donation there. So well done to you and Trent. Big thank you again to Sportsbet, and we'll tie in with Clint and the team again there soon and do something similar hopefully soon. But that's just enormous generosity. So well done around there. All right, should we kick off the runners, mate? Just you and me, so we'll go through them and we'll sort of try and point people in the right direction, give owners a bit of insight ahead of their, obviously just quickly run down, Tobe, on race morning, right? You sent owners a bit of an update and a bit of your thoughts around how the race might work out after scratchings.
Yeah, so our pre-race goes out after scratchings, after we've, had a look at the final field, been able to work out if speeds come out of the race. No speed goes into the race. We wouldn't think, but certainly with scratchings, it does affect the map from time to time. Not much changes from our weekly update to the client. The horse is either gone good or worked average or whatever, but not much changes in that regard. But certainly it does change after scratching time, if there is scratching. So that's when we send our most accurate pre-race update out, and hopefully we get that right more than wrong. So that's how we do the pre-races.
Yeah, which is great. So the owners get a bit of context, a bit of how you're thinking today through the preview show, and then on the morning of, once we've got the full picture of what's going to actually run, you get a bit more in-depth analysis. So I think that's just good to touch on. A few people asking about.
And even through so even throughout the day, we update that as well. Like if the pattern of racing isn't quite suiting that map or whatever, and we might need to change something. So, we'll send another audio out to say, look, we're probably not going to be able to do what we wanted to do. We might just, or we can, we can go further forward into the race if we need to. So, look, you need to be a bit versatile and need to be, watching the patterns and all that, what's happening in the races. And so we try to keep everyone as updated as we can. And as I said, hopefully we get it right more than wrong.
Yeah, and I love the pre-race jockey comments on via video, and then obviously the jockey jumping off, straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak. It's just great feedback. So anyway, good luck to all our owners over the weekend. We're going to kick off at Eagle Farm Tobe, a good 4-track there currently. You've got 3 acceptors across 3 races, kicking off in race 2. 2,200 metre race, which looks and sets up ideal for Ocean Addict. She's drawn lovely in barrier 5. You've got the claim with Justin Huxtable up, claiming 2 off her back. Track and distance stats very good, mate. 4 starts for a win in 2 seconds at this track and distance.
Yeah. Yeah, she's pretty versatile, this mare. Like, obviously, she was really good on a wet track the other day. She's not going to get that tomorrow. She's going to get a track that's going to be an Eagle Farm, whatever it be, firm or a 3 or a good 3 or 4 or something, whatever comes up. But she's, as I say, she's quite versatile. Even though I think she's probably better on forgiving ground, I still think she handles that Eagle Farm track well. So. Once she gets into form, this mare, she's come through the distance ranges and finally got to a distance the other day where she could perform, and this is right up her alley. Justin Huxtable on is a good rider, good young rider with a good claim. She's going to box seat there somewhere and prove hard to beat. She's gone really well in between runs. Doesn't look the flashiest. I think Trent did mention they were a bit upset with the way she looked the other day, but that nothing much has changed. She's got a bit of a wintry coat and the like, but that doesn't change the way she's going to perform. You'll see she's a good staying filly or mare that needs these type of distances and will run well again.
Yeah, right. And she's getting set up for a Grafton Cup.
Now, the Grafton Cup's probably out. The Grafton Cup's on Thursday, so we'll probably miss that. There's no rain forecast for down there, and to win that this year, I think she probably needs it wet. So we'll just concentrate on this one tomorrow, and then we'll work out where we go from there.
Yeah, got it. Okay, good as gold. Well, she's at $4.60 shot, so she's right in the market and looks a nice chance for the owners there. So good luck. Mm-hmm. Race 4 is a benchmark 75 over 1,400 metres. We see Heritage Sash line up here. He's drawn beautifully in barrier 4. Brad Stewart aboard. Mate, he's been super consistent this prep. I know he doesn't, hasn't been winning, but he's been there or thereabouts. Thought it was interesting that you're stepping him out from the 1,200 metres, which he's been running out to 1,400 metres.
Yeah, well, it looked the other day like he wants another bit more ground. I will say he's deep into his prep, this horse, so I find there's never much improvement this far into their prep. They seem to run well without winning. When they're this deep into the prep. So, it could go either way tomorrow with this horse. He either could perform well. I think his work suggests he's going to run well, but I don't like them this deep into their prep. We're going to ride him a bit colder, taking blinkers off him to we think perhaps he sticks his head in the air and is waiting for something all the time. You see him the other day when he probably should have nearly won with an ordinary run. He didn't, and he could have won. I don't think he gives us all his best at times. So we're just trying. Brad Stewart on tomorrow is a good engagement for a horse like this. It might just need frightening into performing at his best. So hopeful more than confident. But the horse is in good order and ready to go. And 1,400 looks okay. The pedigree suggests he can run it, so hopefully he can.
Yeah, right. He's a $6 chance at the moment with sports bets. So, given he places all the time, mate, you think he's a decent each way bet anyway. Certainly a place bet.
Yeah, for sure. So, I'd suggest he's an each way chance tomorrow.
Beautiful, beautiful. Good luck to the Sedgenho team there and all the owners of Heritage Sash. Our last runner at Eagle Farm is in race 6, Toby. It's the open handicap over 1,000 metres. Royal Witness lines up here for the Tricolours team. His last start for the stable before he heads back south. And, geez, it would be good to pick up a win for them. He's drawn a little bit awkward here. Robbie Froud aboard. But right in the market here, you think he's amongst the leading hopes at $6 second pick at the moment.
Yeah, a little bit shame he's drawn out there. High pressure again in this race. So high pressure again in this race. So I'd suggest we just try and find a lane somewhere. That's the difficult part from that barrier. Tarzan's fast. Fiery Heights is fast. Geez, if we could just park behind him with an economical run, it'd be great, and he should run well. Just the barrier's not exciting, and the horse is going great, so I can't fault him, and he's trained well since his nice run, which he was good, very good off a high pressure race the other day. gets the same tomorrow. So look, from the barriers and each way chance tomorrow, and hopefully, we can get one of those freak rides that Robbie can do from time to time. We've got no weight, so let's see what happens.
Yeah, nice. And he's obviously training well at home. I thought the interesting thing with him too, mate, was that a bit of that speed, fiery heights, Tarzan's all drawn outside there with him, So hopefully he can just sort of come across and lob into like a 1-1 or somewhere, just be perfect.
That's right. So we can use them a bit to. He's pretty quick himself, as he showed the other day, but we can use them enough to either make them go on with it or get out of the road and let us go. So we can dictate to them a bit, but they're still 9-8 inside of us, so they're all pretty, they're pretty fast horses as well. So hoping more than confident, but horses in good order, ready to go.
Yeah, perfect. All right, just a little bit of luck. Good luck to James Moss and the Tricolours team there. We'll be cheering hard, guys. We'd love to get a win for you guys. Wish you all the best. All right, Saturday, the Gold Coast. Back to the Saturday racing at the Gold Coast, Toby. It's a soft 5 there. It's been lovely sunny weather there on the Gold Coast all week. 3 acceptors here. Kicking off in race 3 is a maiden, 1,800 metres. We see Mondina here, the daughter of the son of Sebring. He debuted there 6 weeks ago at 1,400 metres. You said he'd need a step up and trip would suit him. Well, he's got that here, second up, 1,800 metres in a pretty sort of weak maiden over, as you'd expect for an 1,800 metre maiden, I suppose.
Yeah, big weight. He's a big horse too. Like his pedigree suggests he should handle the 1,800 no problem. And we've trained him that way too. I know it's quite a while between runs, but it's such a bad race that he's got to run well tomorrow. I think his first up run was on a heavy track. We thought he'd handle it, but he didn't. Hoping tomorrow that he can handle the distance increase and run up to his work. If he runs up to his work, he'll be very hard to beat. If he doesn't, well, I'm not sure what we do with this guy then. But don't get much weaker in these 1,800 metres around the Gold Coast on a Saturday. So here's hoping.
Yeah, very good. All right, so he's a watch horse, I suppose, but if he can, like you say, live up to what he's doing in the morning, he can certainly win that race and get our day at the Gold Coast off the right start. Race 7 the benchmark 62 over 1,300 metres. The Archer Park team have Wookie engaged here. He is dropping back from city grade back to provincial grade, where he was effective 2 starts ago. He ran well at Ipswich. Drawn to be a bit sort of closer in running in this race?
Yeah. So finally, we've ridden him cold a couple of times. He just doesn't perform at all. If we can just, be a couple of lengths from him, it'd be better. He seems to be able to get into the race and run well with that sort of run. Seems to be when he gets back out of it, he doesn't try or chase or anything. So we are wanting to be a bit positive tomorrow and put him up into the race there somewhere. Hopefully he can finish off, but he probably just needs to lift a bit. Works good enough to run well, but he hasn't sort of shown us what he did at Grafton first up, I don't think, to date yet, although he continues to look well and eat well and do well in the stable. But once again, I'd like to see him. He needs to show me he can do it tomorrow as well.
Yeah, good as gold. All right, well, good luck to the Archer Park team there with Rookie. All right, lucky last is race 8, the benchmark 65 over 1,800 metres. Toby, we have Kasarina Star engaged here. She is sticking at the same distance, 1,800 metres, which she obviously ran home very well at last start, which was back end of May. She ran home well, getting home well. Drops sort of slightly in grade here, a little bit up in weight. How do you expect her to go?
Yeah, look, obviously she won first up and against the pattern and everything, and she hasn't quite performed at that level since. Normally you think a horse would improve through the preparation, where she's been a bit, for whatever reason, whether it's the tracks or the pedigree or whatever. Sometimes the Star Witness are a little bit hit and miss. They're not quite not quite that genuine, or she isn't anyway. I'm not saying all the breed are, but certainly she mixes a form a bit. But if the right one turns up tomorrow, she's going to run well. She looks great, and has trained, galloped well on through the week and in preparation for this. So once again, if the right one turns up, she's going to run super.
Beautiful. All right. Well, good luck to the owner of the Kasarina Star there. She seems to map well and should get a lovely sort of run and transit anyways with Alan on. So I'm sure he'll be, when the whips are cracking, she'll start to get serious, that's for sure. All right, we head to the Sunshine Coast on Sunday, Toby. It's a heavy 8 there currently. It's mate, you've got a lot of acceptors here across 5 races, so you know that'll help us out here. Have you had a look at the speed map for these races yet, or should we just sort of generically talk about the runners and then you can sort of work out where they're going to go later on?
We haven't dug deep into this meeting yet, but certainly we can give an as accurate as an assumption on how they're going. They're all going okay, so I can do that, but things might change. Track's a heavy 8. There's no weather forecast. I get that, but they're possibly up the sunny coast, and anything can happen on it. As last Saturday, we had a beautiful day at Doomben last Saturday, thinking no rain. Next thing, it hosed down rain, and the races got washed out. So let's go into this with an open mind and be as accurate as you can. But things might change, between here and there. How's that?
Yeah, no, good as gold. And wherever these horses end up, whichever race they start in, be rest assured that that's where Toby and Trent feel they're best placed. Race 6, Toby, kick off there. You've got all the acceptors in all the last races there. Race 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Race 6 is a Class 1 over 1,000 metres. Two fillies here. One is sulking for Highgrove Stud. She's going to have her first start for the stable. She's by Snitzel, trialled up very well. Obviously missed the start here at the Sunny Coast last week with the washed out meeting. Robbie Fradd aboard, drawn 1. And then for Matthew Sandblom, Deep Echo, a deep field filly again that raced well last prep and it's first up for you.
Yes, I'll start with Deep Echo because she's pretty simple. She'll need the run regardless. So if they race, we'll let her roll around and get a bit of fitness into her, and then we can find her next run, whether that be here Northern Rivers or somewhere wherever we decide to go. But she's going quite well. I think she would need the run on Sunday though. But Sulking's the one going really well. I think whatever beats her will be winning. She's going extremely well. So she's the better one out of those two for mine.
Perfect. All right. So she did run well. She trialled well for Robbie on Tuesday as well at Gold Coast.
Just off trial. Yeah.
Beautiful. We'll follow Sulking in there, that's for sure. Race 6. Race 7, the same conditions, Class 1,000 metres. Isa Rocket, same deal. Washed out last Sunday. Trialled on Tuesday. Robbie Fradd takes the reins here for Sejenho, drawn 6.
Yeah, I didn't think she trialled that flash on Tuesday. I'm hoping she can perform a bit better race day. It'll be good. And she's a while in between runs as well, so that's why we trialled her up on Tuesday, just to fit her up a little bit more. But need to see her do it, to be truthful. I think, we're just hoping to get another win on a pedigree page so she can go off to stud. So hopefully that's Sunday.
Yeah, perfect. All right. Well, good luck to the Sejenho team then. Race 8, the cutest 3-year-old over 1,000 metres. Toby Beats Me is in here, but he's set to run today at Ipswich. So we can take him out. Isa Rockets in this race, drawn 16. So I guess she comes out, and we're back with Sulking and Deep Echo, who we've discussed.
Yeah, we've already discussed those. So which race we put them in is we'll decide that prior to Sunday morning.
Perfect. Yeah, good as gold. And follow Sulking wherever she goes. Viewers. Race 9, benchmark 68, 1,400 metres, and race 10, a Class 3 over 1,400 metres. The two horses accepted in both races here. Toby again, Green Jacket. In race 9, he's drawn 10, carried 60 kegs. Won last time out at Doomben, so you'd think that'd be very good form for this. But he's drawn a little bit more awkward in race 9, where he's drawn 10. In the last race, he's drawn 6 and drops in weight. And Powering, who for the 2K Thoroughbreds team, he is dropping back to 1,400 metres. Been a bit sort of indifferent up in distance the last couple of runs. 4 weeks, dropping back to 1,400 metres. And in both races there, the Faz, Nathan Fazakli takes the mount, and he's drawn well in both too.
Yeah, so I'd say we'll split these up. Find the best possible race for both of them. They're both going really well. Gallop super during the week. I thought Powering worked as good as I'd seen him work, since we've had him, I think, and Green Jacket as well. They're both ready to go last week, as you know, got washed out, but this week they've ticked over nicely. Green Jacket's going extremely well, and powering worked great through the week. If it gets a fair track, I think it can run well this week. I hadn't seen it work as good as I'd seen a Tuesday morning. So hoping certainly Green Jacket and powering both good chances in if we split those up and they map up and all the rest of it. So we'll know more throughout the the next 24, 48 hours. But both those horses are going well.
Yeah, brilliant. All right, we're expecting a big run from Green Jacket for Bob Guth and the team. And nice little push there for the 2K Thoroughbreds, powering, dropping back in distance. Nice work through the week. All right, Tobe. Well, we might just ask you to pick one out, mate, for all the viewers at home to follow into the weekend.
Okay, well, I've probably got to go with Green Jacket was my horse last week. I don't think much has changed. He's still flying, going great. So I'd suggest he's my best for the weekend. But as I said, it's in on Sunday, so things could change. But certainly keep an eye out. If the track's fair and equal, the horse will run well.
Beautiful. Okay, excellent. Well, you're going to make us wait to the lucky last, I'd say, on Sunday there with Green Jacket.
Hopefully the punters have had a big week and they can just unload on him and get the maximum back. How's that?
Yeah, I like it a lot. And I think just in hearing your comments, I thought Sulking was the other one that you seemed pretty keen on this weekend too. So, hey, good luck to all our owners. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Sorry, Tobe.
Yeah, both those can run well. Sorry, Bruce, I didn't want to cut him, but yeah, both can run well. And I want to give a shout out to one of the Green Jacket owners, a good mate of mine, Dean Firth from Macquarie Bank. He bought into the I'm Invincible Calming Influence. Dino, well done. And looking forward to catching up with you guys very shortly. And quite excited by that colt that you've bought into. So hopefully Green Jacket can get your purchase price back for you this weekend.
I love it. Good luck to Dino and all the team there. Awesome, Tobe. Hey, thanks so much for your time, Tobe. Good luck over the weekend, mate, with all the runners.
Thanks, Bruce. Ciao.
Yeah.